Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Our session is about to begin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How is your feeling this morning? I hope all of you here are always healthy and happy. Firstly, I'd like to say happy fasting for all Muslim friends here. Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah bless us in every step in our life. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the Indonesian ESP Teachers Community Sharing Session, Part 8. I am Fathin Resti from STTKD Yogyakarta will be your MC for today. I also would like to greet the Honorable Mrs. Lulu Iswati, S.Pd. M.Hum, as the Chairman of Indonesian ESP Teachers Community. And our distinguished speakers, Dr. Siti Kustini, S.Pd. M.Pd. from Politeknik Negeri, Banjarmasin. Then Dr. Laila, Rochmawati, SS M.Pd. from Politeknik Penerbangan, Surabaya. And Dr. Mariana Ulfah Hoesny, SS M.Pd. from Politeknik Negeri, Malang. And of course, our moderator, Mr. Ikhwan Fadqur S.Pd. M.Pd. from Stikes, Widyagama, Husada, Malang, and all the participants today. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me first to read the agenda for today. The first agenda is the opening session. Second, it is singing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. The next, it is the welcoming speech from the Vice Chairman of Indonesian ESP Teachers Community. And it will be continued with the main agenda for today, that is the sharing session, which will be led by our moderator. And the last one is the photo session and closing. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, to open today's agenda, let's say a short prayer first. Shall we? Amen. Thank you. Now, let's move on to the next agenda. It is singing the national anthem, Indonesia Raya. All right, thank you, Bapak Ibu. Okay, let's continue with the next agenda. It is the welcoming remark that will be delivered by the Vice Chairman of Indonesian ESP Teachers Community, Mr. Dwi Yulianto Nugroho, M.Pd. Are you here, Mr. Dwi? Okay.
Hello.
Yes. And for Mr. Dwi, please proceed to the stage.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibu Ika. Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On behalf of Indonesian ESP Teachers Community Event Committee, I would like to thank you so much for taking the time to attend the 8th Indonesian ESP Teachers Community Sharing Session. We are so glad today because we have dedicated ESP teachers from various places around Indonesia. We'll be listening to the sharing from 3 inspiring doctors. Ibu Dr. Siti Kustini S.Pd M.Pd from Politeknik Negeri Banjarmasin, Ibu Dr. Laila Rochmawati SS M.Pd from Politeknik Penerbangan Surabaya, and Ibu Dr. Mariana Ulfah Hoesny SS M.Pd from Politeknik Negeri Malang. They'll be sharing about the pursuit of doctoral degree and what is next after gaining a doctoral degree, which hopefully will inspire us. On behalf of the Indonesian ESP Teachers Community Event Committee, I would also like to thank Ibu Ika Fathin Resti S.Pd M.Pd from Sekolah Tinggi Teknologi Kedirgantaraan Yogyakarta, who is willing to become the master of ceremony of this event. And also Bapak Ikhwan Fadqur Rohim S.Pd M.Pd from Sekolah Tinggi Kesehatan Widyagama Husada Malang, who is willing to moderate the sharing session today. We are so looking forward to welcoming others ESP Teachers Community members to take part as the Master of Ceremony, Moderator, and or Presenter to share their best practices in the next sharing sessions. If you are willing to take this opportunity, the committee will share an online form in the end of the session. Finally, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to each committee member who has arranged this event. I hope that we can learn many valuable things which can help us become a better ESP teacher from this event. May you enjoy this event. Thank you so much. Bu Ika, go back to you. Thank you, Bu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dwi. And Mr. Dwi, you are now in the UK.
Yeah, I'm doing a PhD in the University of Leeds in the United Kingdom, and it's now 2 a.m.
Oh, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, still early in the morning.
Yes,
And
exactly.
greeting from Indonesia.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dwi. And well, ladies and gentlemen, now we came to the main agenda for today. It is the sharing session. And the main topic of today's sharing session is the pursuit of a doctoral degree and what's next. And today is very special because we have 3 presenters who will share their experience when pursuing their doctoral degrees, as well as giving the tips for all of us here so that it can motivate us, especially for me myself. Okay, and for the others, maybe for you who are still on your journey on pursuing your doctoral degree, hope you can finish it soon. I mean, and the time for each presenter is around 20 minutes, followed by the question and answer session. And this agenda will be led by our moderator, Mr. Ikhwan Fadqur Rohkim, S.Pd M.Pd. And he is currently studying English Applied Linguistics in Budapest, Hungary for his doctoral degree. Are you here, Mr. Fadqur?
I am, yeah.
Okay, you are in Hungary now.
I am, yeah. I've been.
And what time is it?
It's 3:10. Yeah, pretty much early.
Oh, great. And you still have what is it, your sahur? Hopefully you
Yeah,
can
I'm
have it
preparing for that
while
one.
delivering our session. Greeting from Indonesia, Mr. Fadqur.
Good morning.
Okay. And to Mr. Fadqur, the floor is yours.
You. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Ikhwan Fadqur Rahim. I'll be the moderator for today's sharing session. First of all, thank you very much for the committee and all of the Indonesian ESP teachers community. Today is the sharing session part, the 8th sharing session. And for today, as previously mentioned, that there will be 3 presenters, and we're very lucky having them. The first one will have Dr. Siti Kustini, S.Pd. M.Pd. from Politeknik Negeri Banjarmasin, and then Dr. Laila Rochmawati, SS. M.Pd. from Politeknik Penerbangan, Surabaya, and Dr. Mariana Ulfah Hoesny, SS. M.Pd. from Politeknik Negeri Malang. And as mentioned by the Master of Ceremony, Ika, that each presenter will have 20 minutes and a question and answer session. Ibu Dr. Siti Kustini is an English language teacher or educator at Informatic Engineering Department of Politeknik Negeri Banjarmasin, South Kalimantan, Indonesia. She has been teaching in this institution for almost 16 years. She earned her doctoral degree in English education from Indonesia University of Education UPI Bandung in 2021, and she also got her master's degree at the same university in 2010. The interesting thing is she is interested in doing research mainly in the area of English for specific purposes, technology enhanced language learning, ESP materials development, multiliteracy, and multimodality. As we know that the topic for today's sharing session is the pursuit of doctorate degree and what is next. It will be really interesting to listen to her about her experience in pursuing the doctorate degree and what is her opinion about what is next we should do. So without further ado, for Dr. Siti Kustini, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much for the very kind introduction for Baika and Mas Ikhwan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Good morning to you all, to all participants in the sharing session here. And a very good morning also to Mas Dwi Nugroho, who is right now in Leeds, in the United Kingdom. And he is also the chair of this Indonesian ESP teachers community. And thank you very much for the very kind invitation to speak at this sharing session. It's really such a great honor.
Temannya Bu Florita dulu pernah jadi dosen LB di Telkom University, tapi dia pindah sekarang karena beda pulau.
Yeah, it's really such a great honor for me. And I'm also very appreciative of the opportunity given to speak on a topic that I'm interested in. Well, good morning to others presenters here, Ibu Laila Rochmawati and also Ibu Mariana Ulfah Hoesny. It's very nice to meet you here, Ibu. Yeah, and okay, since we are now still in the month of the early days, of Ramadan. Yeah, I wish all Muslims here in this Zoom room have the most blessed month of Ramadan. May Allah Subhanahu wa Taala always keep us steadfast and grant us the best month, and also grant us His mercy. And in this opportunity, I would like to outline my academic experiences associated with the journey of my doctoral degree at one of the universities in Indonesia, that is Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia in Bandung. There are lots of experiences at that time that I gained. It includes academic experiences and also non-academic experiences. But for today, I would like to spotlight the academic experiences. Well, okay, allow me to share my PowerPoint. Okay, I think I got the problem of got the technical problem of sharing this one.
Or maybe do you have the file that you might?
Okay, I'm going to send the file. Don't save. Okay, cancel. Okay, sorry for the technical problem. This is because I'm using the new laptop here. My laptop doesn't support the background, so I use the other laptop. So that's why it is a very new for me. Wait, this is Zoom and then share screen. Yeah, wait. So, sorry, Alhamdulillah, are you able to see the slides well, Bapak Ibu?
Yes,
Yes,
you do.
very clear.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Okay, so this is my slides. I'm going to start the presentation. Sorry for the technical problems a few moments ago. Okay, so I would like to go to the second slide. Well, I'm going to here start by providing information about the number of doctoral graduates in Indonesia in 2022. And in 2022, the total population of Indonesia was around 280 million people, and 16% of the population, it was around 44.8 million were doctoral graduates. And I think it is still a small number of doctoral graduates in Indonesia compared with the overall population in Indonesia. And by the year to 2024, and the government wish to increase the rate by 20%, and hopefully, hopefully the number of the 20% number of the doctoral graduate on the more doctoral graduate that Indonesia have will contribute to the advancements of Indonesia, of the development of Indonesia. Okay. Well, and now I'm going to talk about the PhD, doctor of philosophy, known as PhD or DPhil, yeah, DPhil, or in Indonesia it is called as doctor, or doctor, and in the Latin word, philosophy of doctor, or doctor of philosophy means to teach, yeah. And in the Greek word means that it is love of wisdom. So someone who pursues a doctoral degree, yeah, then was supposed to be someone who was seeking the attainment of wisdom. So the ultimate goal of having a doctoral degree is the wisdom that you have inside. Yeah, that is my perception of being a doctorate degree by looking at this root of word. Okay, so this is the journey. Yeah, this is the journey that Indonesian usually, I mean, the doctoral students in Indonesia. Yeah, this is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens. Or this is the things that doctoral students must go through during their journey in pursuing doctoral degree. So the first is the first step is that the students supposed to submit the research proposal, and then the next we have the coursework, the second step, and then after this coursework they will go to another step that is research proposal exam, and then the next step will be dissertation writing, and then dissertation exam. Okay, and yeah, and today I would like to take you through my experience by looking at my biggest struggles, yeah, in pursuing my doctoral degree at Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia at the time. Well, there are three biggest struggles, or three biggest problems that I encountered during my doctoral degree. Yeah, so the first the problem is that comparing myself to others, yeah, and getting stuck, experiencing writer's block, and losing motivation. So yeah, so well, the top biggest problem that I had at that time, that I had to overcome at that time, is that I tend to compare myself to others. The feeling of the feeling of not being good was in me at that time. So during my thesis writing, I tend to compare my work with those of my peers, and I thought that my work was less better than my peers, and then it led me to the state of unhappiness, and then the feeling of frustration, and then also depression, anxiety, and stress because of the habits of mine comparing myself to others. And I'm going to share how to overcome this problem in the next slide. And the second biggest problems that I had at that time was getting stuck. So that is, I often experience writer's block. Yeah. Actually, it is not only writer's block that I experience often, but I also had a kind of stuck in many things, yeah, in many areas, yeah. I got experience of being stuck with the ideas, and then with the ideas of how to write my thesis, and then stuck with the methodology, and then not knowing how to do my research at that time, and then not knowing where to find the literature, and then stuck not knowing to analyze the result of the data. And there are many things, took place that made me stuck at that time. So writer's block is one of them. Well, some people say that it is normal of getting stuck, but and you do not know what to do next. But I think it was not at the time for me. I didn't think that it was okay. I don't think that it was normal. It was not normal for me. So and then I try to try to find a way how to overcome this problem. And then the second one is that losing motivation. So that the third, the problem that I experience. Well, doing a doctoral study is meant to be challenging and difficult for me. Maybe for the others have different opinion, but for me, doing a doctoral degree is meant to be challenging and difficult, and it required hard works, marathon works, I think, because you are required to learn day and night, and then you also required to do constant work on the topic that you are, or on the topic that you are interested in, on the topic of the writing that you are doing in your thesis. But you know that the result is the end results, the end results of that marathon works is over there very far, very far. So that's why sometimes in the process of doing the dissertation, I lost my motivation. And lots of doctoral degrees, lots of doctoral students did not finish their study even in 7-year time. And on one of the problem is, the biggest problem is lack of motivation. And yes, it is very easy to lose motivation during the doctoral degree. And this is the insights from the journey. So how to I overcome the struggles, So I told myself not to compare myself with others. And then at that time, I did thinking time. Sorry for the typo, thinking time. And then for motivation, I overcome it with keep on making progress. So this is the tips that I got. Don't compare yourself. Your doctor project to other people. So this is the article that I read. Don't compare your PhD project to other people's. They are all different. So don't worry if you have more or less data, papers, experience than your peers. You were accepted onto the program because you deserve to be there. At that time I thought it was true. Yes, I deserve to be here. So I could do the project. I could finish my thesis writing. So that's the way I overcome the problem. And then the next is about thinking time. It always takes time to deeply understand new knowledge. So to overcome the writer's block, yeah, it is not only reading a lot, yeah. So some people said that if you experience a writer's block, or if you feel stuck on your doctoral degree, so on your doctoral study, I mean, so read a lot, work hard. So I don't think that it works for me. I read a lot, but I don't know what is it. I still couldn't overcome the stuck on the writer's block. Yeah, I think what we need is thinking time. Yeah, thinking time. So it always takes time to deeply understand new knowledge. Yeah, so we give ourselves time to think. Yeah, to think. So you read and then to try to think, and then you read and then to try to what is it? And then to try to deeply understand or to try to absorb the knowledge that you have from the reading. And then you also, what is it? Do activities, yeah, other activities, and then you try to deepen, yeah, your knowledge, yeah, and try to think, which is, I mean, try to think, yeah, deeply, and then try to connect, yeah, try to connect your, what is it, your thinking into the thesis, into the topic of your dissertation or your thesis. And then also to overcome this one, you think that what the tiny things that you did, whether it is you read, whether it is you try to watch a video or watch the seminar on the YouTube related to the topic on your dissertation, and then you try to what is it? You try to attend the seminar, the conferences. That is kind of progress. Yeah. So even a tiny activities that you do is a progress. So I didn't feel at that time that wasting my time on reading, wasting my time on what is it? I thought it was that reading something and then which is not related to the dissertation, and then what is it? Attending conferences was a kind of wasting time, but no, it is not what is it, wasting your time, but you try to develop in that one to develop a sense of accomplishment in which you develop in you that you could do this one. For example, if you present your papers in a conference, that you could present your paper in conference. So that is an accomplishment. So did in your thesis writing. So if you could accomplish something, you could finish your dissertation. So that I developed in me at that time. And then what's next? What I did. What will I do next from after I graduate? Yeah, so I keep on researching, and then I keep on learning. And it is said that doing a doctoral degree is 18% dedication and 10% smarts and 10% luck. And this is one piece of work I did, that I wrote a book. This one, Multiliteracy Pedagogy in the Teaching of English Multimodal Text, because that was my interest in English ESP, or in English language education. So I think that's all. Thank you very much. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibu Kustini. It's really like giving an insight on the PhD journey. And for Bapak Ibu, it's also suggested for you to start posting your questions for Ibu Kustini, so we might not lose the track for the question for each presenter. Now, coming to the second presenter, we have Dr. Laila Rochmawati, M.Pd. Ibu Laila
Yes.
she has been teaching in Politeknik Penerbangan, Surabaya, and she's got her degrees from Universitas Negeri Jember for her undergraduate and a master degree from Universitas PGRI Adibuana Surabaya in Teknologi Pendidikan, and her doctoral degree from Universitas Negeri Surabaya is also the same field. And very interesting information from her that she has got a lot of trainings also both abroad and in Indonesia that might also be the important information for us. Like maybe the question is were those trainings she did, is it during the PhD degree or after or something like that, one that might give us insight on what is next after the PhD or doctoral degree. So for Ibu Laila Rochmawati, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for the moderator, Bapak Fadqur. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Bapak Ibu. Good morning, yeah, for everyone. First of all, I would like to thank God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been given us blessing and mercies so we can attend today's in a good condition. Okay, I also want to thank you to the Master of Ceremony for giving me the opportunity to deliver the speech. And also the Honorable, the head of ESP organization who gave me time to speak in front of the audience. Okay, my name is Laila Rochmawati, and please, I want to share the PowerPoint, yeah. Somebody please help me how to share the PowerPoint.
Do you have the file with you, Ibu? So we might
Yes,
just click
I
the
have.
share screen.
I have clicked the green one, and there is one participant can share at a time. Multiple
Okay,
participants can share simultaneously, and a font sharing option. Which one I have to choose?
I have I think try to manage that. Maybe you might try once again.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, the pursuit of a doctoral degree and what next? Firstly, wait a second. Okay. I have to divide into two, doctoral degree and versus PhD, Bapak Ibu. I think it's a little bit different, yeah, between doctoral degree and versus PhD. A doctoral degree is the very highest degree that you can obtain, and you can earn a doctorate in most academic disciplines. There is a Doctor of English Language Education, a Doctor of English Language, a Doctor of English Language and Culture, and Doctor of English Language Studies, a Doctor of English Literature, a Doctor of Business Administration, Doctor of Education, and many others too. It's just about a field. The most advanced degree is at the doctorate level. Okay. There are two types of doctoral degree: a research degree, PhD, and a professional doctorate degree, applied doctorate. You might be wondering if a research doctorate and applied doctorate are similar, and the answer is yes. However, the doctorate programs do have some key differences. You may have heard that a research doctorate prepares you to teach, while an applied doctorate is geared toward a professional career in your selected field. The answer is a bit more complicated than though. Okay, two types, PhD and doctorate. PhD, which stands for Doctor of Philosophy, is a specific type of research doctorate degree. PhD is available in fields of study like psychology, child development, data science, English, and more. And a PhD is considered in an academic degree of the highest level, signifying a high level of knowledge and research in a particular field. While doctorates, on the other hand, are terminal degrees that are usually more specific to a certain field. Professional doctorates include a Doctor of Practice or Doctor of Medicine. Making the decision between a PhD and a professional doctorate is not necessarily an either-or choice. It's more a matter of narrowing your opinion, Bapak Ibu. Okay, between PhD program and applied doctoral program is the type of academic research the student is required to perform as a culmination of their studies. PhD students, yes, PhD students are required to create a thesis based on the knowledge gained in the particular field and extend this thesis to solve a real world problem, improve their problem-solving abilities by producing a defending and dissertation, and often conduct original research to do so. And for doctoral students, professional applied doctoral students, on the other hand, are expected to draw from previous experiences and knowledge and apply the information to a problem or project in the real world. They demonstrate this ability by creating a private doctoral capstone, which is either a paper, product, or a portfolio. PhD and doctorate, to sum it up, a PhD student must create at least a 5-chapter dissertation and contribute new solutions to solve real-world problems. PhD students are more interested in pursuing research career than in practicing in the profession. Those with a professional doctorate apply existing knowledge to solve real-world problems and generally have more interest in working directly in their business, rather than in consultation or research. Sorry, I can't talk. What is bad? What is bad doctorate degree, Bapak Ibu? Before you are admitted to graduate school, you may be wondering how doctoral degrees are structured. And this is a great question. Doctoral programs generally consist of 4 stages, Bapak Ibu. First is coursework, second is research, and third is concentration or focus area, and the last is dissertation. For the example, at the beginning of a doctorate program, you will complete a set of courses divided into core classes, Bapak Ibu, research classes lah, dissertation courses, and electives. Through the process, you will narrow your focus and choose a specific concentration to explore, Bapak Ibu.
For the example, I choose psychology, Bapak Ibu. If you are pursuing a doctor of philosophy in psychology, you may decide to focus on developmental psychologist or forensic psychologist, or let's say you are earning a doctorate in nursing and decide to focus on emergency medicine or psychiatric nursing. And then after you decide your focus, you will begin working on your dissertation, which allow you to research, right, and present your project to a committee. The dissertation project is the final part of a doctoral program, but it is generally the longest and most difficult. For me, ya Bapak Ibu ya, I don't know for all of you. However, successfully defending your dissertation in the last step and most rewarding part of the doctoral degree, Bapak Ibu. I have 6 things you should know before pursuing your doctoral degree. First, you may need to work hard to stay motivated while pursuing a doctoral degree, like Ibu Siti tadi said ya. A challenge you may face while working on a doctoral degree is staying motivated. At some point, often about halfway through the process, you could feel alone, uncertain, and overwhelmed. In fact, half of all doctoral students leave graduate school without finishing their program. It is important to develop a good rapport with your university advisor, professors, and dissertation chair, Bapak Ibu. And secondly, good time management skills are essential. While pursuing a doctorate degree, learn to effectively manage your time and embrace work-life balance. Despite how busy your life is, you will want to make time for your family and friends, Bapak Ibu. Don't forget your family and friends ya Bapak Ibu ya. To a turning point for a successful student in graduate school is when they discover that perfectionism can affect their academic career. Learn to set priorities and don't overcome it. The American Psychological Association suggests you find the tools that work best for you when managing your time and learn to use modern tools that can help you save time, Bapak Ibu. And the next is, it is best to begin graduate school immediately or to wait a while before pursuing a doctoral degree. According to life career, students may believe that it is easier to attend graduate school immediately after receiving a bachelor degree while their study skills are sharp and they are accustomed to being a student, Bapak Ibu. However, life career suggests that student may want to delay pursuing a higher degree for a few years. Okay, there is 3 to better understand career goals by working in a chosen career. To gain work experience that can make graduate school more relevant. To get a broader view of the world that can make graduate school research more impactful. Choosing whether to continue to graduate school immediately after completing an undergraduate degree or taking time to work for a while is something you should consider based on your needs, Bapak Ibu. And for the fourth, it is best to begin graduate school immediately or to wait a while before pursuing a doctoral degree. In a PhD program, you focus your research on contributing new knowledge and theory to the body of knowledge in your field. While doctorate programs will focus your research on the practical application of existing knowledge and theory within the field. If you plan to continue your work by implementing your research, the applied doctorate might be the right choice for you. If you plan to contribute your field through researching and analyzing new theories and solutions, the PhD might be the right choice. In short, the applied doctorate student will focus on how, while the PhD student will focus on the why. Yeah, that is another difference. The doctorate student will focus on how, while the PhD student will focus on the why. And the next is understand the need to devote set time to study while pursuing a doctoral degree. A good tip for doctoral students, particularly those who might decide to pursue a degree through an online program, is to practice self-discipline. Students will most likely need to balance their work, school, and personal life. Take time before embarking your degree program to explore study tips for students, such as first, set aside fixed time to study each day. For every 50 to 60 minutes of study, take a 10 to 15 minutes break. Take out the most difficult tasks first. Reward yourself, maybe by shopping. Set realistic goal. Find out when your best study time might be and use that your funds by book. And the last is, while pursuing a doctoral degree, remember to take care of yourself. Bapak Ibu. Even though your time might be at a premium while pursuing your doctoral degree, remember to eat well, get plenty of exercise, and get enough sleep. Find ways to manage your stress along the way. And what next after you get doctoral and PhD? In my opinion, I have to continuous professional development by conduct research, write books and textbook, carry out a scientific publication and community service. In carrying out this development, we need to both network, collaborate with other scientists as well as the business and industrial world in order to produce innovative work. And you can also go for postdoctoral program. Inshallah, Kemendikbud is opening opportunities for young doctors from various academic universities and both state vocational college and the private sector to participate in the postdoctoral program abroad, namely University of Research Institution in the business and individual world, or we call it in Bahasa Dunia, as well as other international agency or institution. I think it's enough from me. Back to you, Pak Fadqur Rohim. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Ibu Laila. Another insight on the PhD doctoral degree journey, and I highlight some of the information that I might also love to ask questions. But for Bapak Ibu who wants to ask question, you can also start typing or posting your question in the chat box. For the third presenter, the last but not the least, we have Ibu Dr. Mariana Ulfah Hoesny SS M.Pd. She's a lecturer in Politeknik Negeri, from Politeknik Negeri Malang. And looking at her curriculum vitae, she graduated from Universitas Negeri Malang for her undergraduate. Her master degree she earned it from Universitas Negeri Surabaya, and her doctoral degree from Universitas Negeri Malang. She has several interesting experience in teaching in different institutions, from different educational institution, also company. But one thing that is, I think, I can relate about Ibu Mariana is because she has the experience of teaching BIPA in Universitas Sagat. That's I'm pretty much familiar with Sagat because I live in Budapest now.
Oh,
So
I see.
for Ibu Mariana,
Oh,
the floor is yours.
okay. Thank you, Mas Fadqur, yeah. So you are in Sagat now.
I'm in Budapest.
Oh, in Budapest. Yeah. I was in Sagat. It was
Yeah.
quite far. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, Bapak Ibu, Ibu Lulu, and Mas Dwi Nugroho. Yeah. The pioneer in ESP teachers community. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to do a slideshow here. Okay, Bapak Ibu, while waiting for this slideshow to move, so first of all, I would like to thank ESP Teachers Indonesian community, okay, especially to Mas Dwi Nugroho and Ibu Lulu and Mbak Ika Fathin. Yeah, I call you Mbak Ika because you are still so young. Thank you very much. And Mas Fadqur, it's nice to see you today. Yeah. And you are in Budapest now. Yeah, we are quite relate. I was once in Budapest in 2015, alone there, strolling down the street and going everywhere alone. And it was nice also, only for around 4 months that time. Okay, so in this, oh yes, participants too, Bapak Ibu yang saya hormati, thank you very much for joining these sessions today. Okay, so I would like to share my experience while I was pursuing my doctoral degree. Well, and with Bu Laila, the previous presenter, we actually quite related to, yeah, because my master degree, I accomplished it from Universitas Negeri Surabaya. And we are also taking teknologi pendidikan or teknologi pembelajaran for the doctoral degree, right, Bu Laila?
Yes, correct, Bu Mariana. We come
Yes.
from educational technology, yeah.
Yes, okay. And I think Prof. Mustaji is
Yes.
the corporate there, yeah.
Yeah,
He was my
Set of
examiner.
Yeah. Same with
Okay.
me, Bu Mariana.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, Bapak Ibu, this is just a kind of a sharing, yeah, tips and perhaps tricks, yeah, during doctoral degree, my doctoral degree, pre, while, and post. Well, what to discuss here? The first is planning and then strategy during my study and postdoctoral about what we have to do after gaining that degree. In terms of planning, Bapak Ibu, this is what actually I did. I started my study in 2018. It was a quiet discussion with my husband and my family at that time, because actually I want to study abroad. But because my husband is a civil servant, so I decided, okay, then I will study here. That time I want to go to UPI like Ibu Siti Kustini. Yes, but again we have a discussion. It must be an agreement, a family agreement, because it will be a big decision. We will change. We will experience changes in our life, daily life, and family life. So it is a family decisions actually. Finally, I decided to choose Universitas Negeri Malang and teknologi pembelajaran at that time. Yeah. It related with selecting universities, Bapak Ibu. It is not a simple thing, I think, because we have to, we have to consider many things in selecting universities, I think. And the second thing about the research topic, and then, yeah, in my case, I was testing the topic by implementing it in advance to see what happened, to see the drawback and strengths. And then you also have to plan the type of research that you are going to do, whether it is qualitative, quantitative, or the mixed method. And the most important part also is the scholarship. Bapak Ibu, I think it is not a secret that to pursue your doctoral degree, we need to have, let's say, financial conditions. Yeah, if you have to think about if you pay it by yourself independently, then how will you go with that? Yeah, I think financial is a crucial matters. And then if you go with scholarship, then we know that scholarship, what's it? Yeah, it's just enough for our study. We cannot have a lot of money, yeah, to go perhaps to use it for vacation or to use it for branded bags or things like that. No. So we also have to consider it carefully, whether scholarship or pay by yourself independently, Bapak Ibu. And perhaps it also has relationship if you are a civil servant already with tugas belajar or izin belajar, because it impacts your study as well. Okay, well, I go next here about selecting universities. Yeah, we have to consider whether it is overseas and local and realize what are the consequences. Yeah, like Mas Fadqur, Mas Dwi, perhaps choosing overseas. Of course, they know what they will face there, what are the risks. And if it is local, well, there are also some consequences, Bapak Ibu. Like here, I used to think to go to different cities, to Bandung, for example, or to stay in the same city like my husband advised. Yeah, finally, I decided to be in Malang, so I can still taking care of my family. And then I also check the bureaucracy, even though not wholly, yeah, but just at glance, we know how to go step by step until we graduate in this university. Yeah, as we know that most university require their doctoral students to publish in Scopus Index journals, and it is not easy. And other university require their students to publish in Sinta 1 and 2 for the journal. It is also not easy, Bapak Ibu. So we have to at least we have to anticipate what consequences that we are going to face. And then it is also important whether the university has ujian terbuka or ujian tertutup. It deals a lot with the financial matters. Okay. And about the research topic, so that time, 1 year before I decided to continue my study, I kind of tested project-based learning. I was interested in project-based learning because my students are vocational students, and once I did it, actually without full procedures of project-based learning, and I see that some students who usually stay quiet, who usually withdraw themselves from others, come up and become a leader, and they exhibit creativity. Yeah, they learn more in project-based learning environment than in direct method learning. So I decided to choose these topics, and that time I have to think again, if it is only project-based learning, so it will not, let's say it won't be interesting. So because at that time I was teaching in GMF. So GMF is a kelas kerjasama with Garuda manufacturing facilities in Polinema. That time we have 3 generations of GMF. GMF actually selected students, Bapak Ibu. But I found out that most students are very quiet when they are asking to share their opinion. And then I was trying that time using Edmodo. In Edmodo, they did it better. They state their opinions. They feel they come more confident, and it was interesting. So at that time, I have an idea to combine project-based learning and online learning, even though at that time, I don't know how. Yeah. And then we go on with trying out research topics. So yeah, because every year in Politeknik, we usually require to compete in research and pengabdian kepada masyarakat, yes, Bapak Ibu. So I'm trying to propose project-based learning and online learning in research proposal. Yeah, to see this, Bapak Ibu. So research, when we set a scenario, and then we implemented it in the field, it is totally different. So I want to see that. I want to, let's say, predict what will I face if I use these topics later for my dissertations. Okay, so I spot what difficulties that can be encountered, and I collected references regarding project-based learning and online learning, which was only a few, especially in the field of vocational educations. And I also joining seminars. If you know, perhaps you are familiar with Bapak Gumawang Jati. I learned a lot and joined his webinars, Bapak Ibu, to gain more information and knowledge about the online learning. Okay, and the next, you have to also think about the research methods. Okay, so deciding the research method is not abracadabra, Bapak Ibu, ya. We have to also consider what are the drawbacks, what are the strengths. If we choose qualitative, for examples, I know that qualitative will take longer time, and we need to elaborate a lot of data. And while quantitative, it makes me meet statistics, which is I'm not good at, and makes me thought, okay, it's more interesting because we can gain insights from the statistics side and explore deeper from the qualitative side. So at that time, I was deciding to following my professor advice. Okay, you have to go with quantitative. Okay, statistic is totally not my expertise. So that time I was quite afraid, actually. But after learning, studying my topics, I do agree with my professor that quantitative will do better with my research topic at that time. Okay, and in terms of scholarship, I decided to pursue scholarship from LPDP at that time. In my master degree, scholarship was very easy, Bapak Ibu. As long as I can remember, they just required me to have a TOEFL test with certain score, and I think that's all, and some documents from my university. But at my time, scholarship becomes so difficult. So I took LPDP, and then preparing TOEIC test. I remember that time it was fasting month also, and the time was also very limited, only 2 weeks. With a pile of documents to be prepared, and I decided to take TOEIC test because Polynema has every year we held TOEIC test for alumni. So I took TOEIC test that time. And it was, it's like injury time, Bapak Ibu, ya, because I have to have the score in around 1 week. Yeah, normally we have to wait for 2 weeks. And then I also preparing the research proposal. Honestly, at that time, my research proposal was not in line. So I took research proposal that was ready that time about evaluations, yeah. And then also practicing TPA test, yeah, test potensi academic, which was, I think, is very difficult for a language student like me. And then after that, we start study, yeah. We are now in the second part of the discussion about the strategies during study. Of course, there are a lot to concern, Bapak Ibu. These are some of my tips here. So in the first semester in UM, there were still courses to do, but they have a mata kuliah Studi Mandiri 1, Studi Mandiri 2, and Studi Mandiri 3, which are all directed to our dissertation writing. So when I still have the courses there, all paper for assignments, I write based on my research topics, based on research, project-based learning and online learning. And then the second strategy is searching dissertation with similar topics. I was starting to browse, yeah, explore. At that time, I was going to UM library, and I found one dissertation about project-based learning, but it was conducted in qualitative. And then also supervisors, Bapak Ibu, ya. We have also pay attention to our health, time management, and joining communities, and also joining webinars and workshops. Okay, this is 2 examples of my paper that I was written that time from 2 courses. So I'm trying hard to think how to put project-based learning into my paper, and it's still related with the course. Yeah. This one, the first title is Membangun Karakteristik Mahasiswa Perguruan Tinggi Vokasi, is from Psikologi Pendidikan course. And then the second, peran dan tanggung jawab guru dalam mendukung terciptanya karakteristik 4C dalam pembelajaran, is from wawasan pendidikan or something, Bapak Ibu. So I'm trying hard because by that way, I start to build break by break to my dissertations. Okay. And then this one, the second strategy is searching dissertations. The first thing, if every time I search for dissertation, is I check the research method, Bapak Ibu. I learn how they do this, how they conduct the research. And then I check the references. I think that can be the easiest way, one of the easiest way to find references for your dissertation and articles. Yeah. And then searching for similarities, what similars and what also the differences with our topic to avoid, plagiarism or something like that. And perhaps checking other things like how the writer built the arguments and how the writer present the data and things like that. Okay. In terms of supervisor, well, this is, we can say gampang-gampang susah. Yes, Bapak Ibu, ya. The first tips, perhaps, selecting topics that related to the supervisor field of interest. That was not happening to me because I decided to struggle with my project-based learning. And then choosing supervisor that we can understand. I put take there, yeah. Sometimes because they are already in the level of professors, their explanation are hard to understand for me. I don't know for you, yeah. So I'm trying to search supervisors that I can understand when he explains, yeah. And choosing supervisors that are easy to meet. We know that when someone become professors or perhaps doctors, yeah, nowadays, sometimes they are really hard to see. So it will be an obstacle for our dissertation writing, Bapak Ibu. Yeah, sometimes we see supervisor, we get some advice, some suggestions, even though it's not really sometimes related with what we are doing, but still we need their advice. We need a kind of let's say permissions, so they know that we are progressing with our dissertation, Bapak Ibu. So this is my tips. Okay, and then this is the third tips, maintaining health. I think Bu Laila also has talked about this, So a good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book, Bapak Ibu. You will be very busy reading a lot of references, doing papers, searching for arguments, and so many more. But do not forget to maintain your health. So I'm trying not to stay up late, and I'm trying to still hang out with my friends, having coffee and talking about simple things. That's what I was doing. Okay, and this is more tip, investing on your health. It's important, I think, to take some supplements, vitamins, because we are investing on that. In my LPDP's group, some students talking about our psychological conditions while we are doing our dissertation. So they suggest that LPDP should have a kind of allocation, fund allocation for our psychological condition, actually, because we are facing a huge things here. Dissertation is not small, Bapak Ibu. It's big and yes, difficult, but difficult, it doesn't mean impossible, right? And then taking care of your food intake, we tend to jajan sembarangan, Bapak Ibu, that time, because when we gathered with the same students, so we tend to go somewhere and have micin food and things like that, but we have to make it balanced with taking a nutritious food and drinking more water. Sometimes you forget this, but I drink coffee more at my doctoral time. And doing exercise. Well, Bapak Ibu, this is important. During my doctoral degree, I sit all the time. Then I have a backache, and then I realized I have to change something with this. So starting from that time, I sit in front of laptop and doing things with my dissertation for 2 hours maximum, and then I have exercise. I found a lot of exercise in YouTube channel, Bapak Ibu, like Squat Fitness is a good channel, 10 minutes workout, and it really helps my backache. Okay, and hanging out in the weekend, yes, it's also important, Bapak Ibu, so like Bu Siti has told us, perhaps we sometimes lose motivation and we sometimes stuck, we had a writer's block. I have 2 ways actually in facing writer's block. Sometimes I did like riding bicycle, when my bicycle won't move, I'm trying to keep riding. Because I think if I stop, then I have to start all over again, and it's difficult. And another thing, if I had writer blocks, it means that I have to stop, but I have to know how much time do I use for taking a break. Just enough to refresh my mind and not forget with my dissertation and with what am I doing that time. Okay. And then postdoctoral. Now what we are doing next after we finish the doctoral degree. The first thing I do is write and write, read and read. Okay, those are 2 very important things. So actually, Bapak Ibu, I like writing novels. So since I know Wattpad since 2019 and start writing novel that time. So in my doctoral degree, I did my dissertation in daytime, and at night after praying Isha around 8 o'clock until 11, I'm writing my novel. So for me, it is one way to refresh my mind. So at daytime, I'm writing something very serious. Yeah, need a lot of references, need a lot of reading very complicated articles. And at night, I'm trying to, releasing my stress by writing novels, Bapak Ibu. So yeah, and I also read. I like reading. Any type of reading actually, as far as it is of my interest. And networking. After you finish your doctoral degree, don't forget to do this, Bapak Ibu, ya. And collaborating. You find communities perhaps like this. ESP teachers, Indonesian ESP teacher is a very good communities, I think, with a very valuable information and this kind of sharing after you finish your doctoral degree. So you have to collaborate. And right now I'm doing research with one of my fellow teachers. No, he used to be a TAP student also, and now teaching in Universitas Negeri Surabaya, and we are doing research together, Bapak Ibu. Yeah, so that ways I think it make us apa ya, sometime with doctoral degree, I don't know, not all of people perhaps, yeah, we think, oh, it's enough. I feel so smart and I feel so genius perhaps. By collaborating with other people, we know that we still have a lot of weaknesses. There are still a lot of things that we don't know, Bapak Ibu. That is the use of collaborations. Okay. And here is what I usually do. So I set a plan. Actually, before I took my doctoral degree, I also did this, Bapak Ibu. In 1 year, I usually do research. And then from that research, I usually write one article. And then buku ajar, ya. Buku ajar, well, usually we revise buku ajar every year. And then joining conference. I love joining conference because the first thing, it's a plus ya Bapak Ibu, ya. So we can go jalan-jalan to other cities, to other countries perhaps. So in 1 year, I try to join one conference. And then writing novels and anthology. Yeah, in 1 year, I also finish one novels and 1 or 2 anthologies, Bapak Ibu. Like this year, I have 2 anthology, cerita pendek. So anthology to make it free, yeah. I join a competition, and if you are selected to be one of the winners, your short story will be made into anthology. And then attending webinar that support our research topic. This is one of my supervisor advice to keep my research interest. Yeah, for example, if we are interested, if we already did research in integrating technology into English language teaching, for example. So let's say we keep doing that research topic in 2 or 3 years. Yeah, as in my campus, we must have a kind of a research roadmap. So I'm trying to follow that roadmap for 2 until 3 years to have linear research topic, Bapak Ibu. And then yes, and then, this one is selecting your focus, in research after we finish our doctoral degree. I think, we need to be consistent, like what I told you. If we already perhaps have kind of interest to some topics, we have to develop our research based on those topics. I think, Bapak Ibu, consistent. Yeah, like the research roadmap that I told you earlier. And then upgrading and updating, of course, because knowledge is always updating. We have to cope with that. Yeah, by attending webinars, joining conference, we get fresh topics, new trends, and we also perhaps have friends to collaborate through conference and webinars. And then the last is adjusting your pace. I was very interested with what Ibu Siti told us earlier, that I think we don't have the same pace with other people. So do not compare ourselves with other people, Bapak Ibu. Yeah, we have our own pace. Even though we decided our pace is slower than others, but it's still pace. We still progress and updating with our research and everything in our in our academic plan. Okay, and then this is the most important thing. Take a break, Bapak Ibu. Your career is important, but you are much more important than everything. And spending time with your family, like what Ibu Laila has told us, family is not an important thing. It is everything, Bapak Ibu. They are our support system. Okay, and thank you very much. And let's have a warm discussions. Thank you, Bapak Ibu. Yes, I go back to Mas Fadqur.
Thank you very much, Ibu Mariana Ulfah, for as the last presenter. So we're having the last session, which is question and answer session. And on the chat box, there are some posts already. The first one we got from Ibu. Oh, there are also some requests on the PowerPoint. Sometimes one might, the committee might deal with that. From Bululu, that was to all presenters, talking about the target of the study. Do you set any target, and then what did you do if you missed them, and how you deal with the missing target or something like that? One that's for every presenter, for all of the presenter. And then the next question is more on what if do you have any experience or knowing anyone taking doctoral degree which is different study field from what they had in S1, S2, undergraduate and master degree? Because here Ibu Rahmi Fadila giving an questions about taking hospitality or tourism, because she is working or teaching in the hospitality and tourism department, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the last one is from Bu Sri Rejeki, asking about the requirements to graduate or finish study both in Universitas Negeri Malang or Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. That's for Bu Ulfah and Bu Siti. I think that's to wrap up all of the questions, because there are questions for every presenter. So we can start from Ibu Kustini, and then we can continue Ibu Laila, and then the last one will be Ibu Mariana.
Okay, let me first answer the questions. Thank you for the very great question from Ibu Luluk. Yeah. The question is there, did you set a target to accomplish your study? Yes, I said at the time of a target, I should finish my study for 4 years. And did you meet the target? No, I didn't meet the target due to the change of my research proposal. So firstly, I submit, the title of the proposal that I submitted for the admission was different from the proposal that I submit for my thesis writing of my dissertation. So that's why I didn't meet the target that I set at that time. And I have 2 years of study ahead, yeah. And because what is it? With your feeling of missing target. When at the time, well, because my aim or the goal or my what is it? My aim of study of taking doctoral degree is for seeking knowledge. Yeah, so I think it was okay to extend my study time because I really at that time wanted to comprehend deeply about the topic that I was interested in. So it took me years, of course, to understand the very challenging topic of my dissertation, multiliteracy, and also multimodal literacy, because there was, really the what is it? Dissertation was conducted with that title. So that's why I struggled a lot comprehending or understanding the notion of multiliteracy, and also I also attended many conferences to make myself familiar with those topics. So I think because at the time, yeah, it went back to the purpose of my taking a doctoral degree. So I said I wanted to gain lots of knowledge. So I felt okay when I didn't miss the set target of years of studying. That's my answer.
You, maybe Laila can add more.
Yeah, thank you very much for all the questions. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I made a timeline for my doctoral degree. Yeah. But yeah, for me myself, I couldn't meet target. So based on my experience, yeah, so I changed my motivation. Very simple motivation for me myself. Yeah. I had to graduate because I didn't want to pay for college anymore. Bapak Ibu. It's all about money for me. Because I was financed by institution only up to 3 years, Bapak Ibu. So for me myself, it's very simple. I don't want to get the fee for my doctoral degree, Bapak Ibu. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu. And Bu Mariana.
Yes, thank you, Bululu, for the questions. Yeah, well, of course, like others, I set a target, and LPDP also helped me a lot with the timeline because yeah, they only give 1 year extensions. Yeah, at that time. So in my third year, if I'm not mistaken, after I took my data, I like made mistake in analyzing the data. So I have to repeat again the analysis until 3 times. So it was, I was a little bit confused and stressed that time. And then finally, I managed to make the correct analysis and went on with chapter 4 at that time, Bapak Ibu. Well, your feeling when my feeling when I missed the target, well, of course, I was disappointed. It's a kind of a disappointed with yourself, yeah? How can I didn't anticipate that thing, yeah, something like that. But finally, I realized that, well, I have to accept my failure, yeah. Sometimes I made mistakes, sometimes I failed. So that's fine because it's normal. So that's all, Bululu, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I finished in 4 years. The same reason like Laila, because I don't want to pay more tuition.
Thank you, Bu Mariana.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, may I add? Yeah. So
Sure.
from this, we can learn from these experiences by setting the title of your dissertation early, and you try to understand deeply the topic that you are going to research. It's very important. So for me, before taking or before pursuing or before admitting to any universities, taking a doctoral degree, so it's very important for you to decide firmly and about the topic that you are going to research. It's very important because along the way, in your dissertation journey, sometimes, sometimes if you do not have, I mean, I want to say this, that if you are doing your doctoral degree, so doors of knowledge are open. Doors of knowledge are open. So during the journey of your doctoral degree, each door leads to one knowledge, and this one other door leads to another knowledge. So if you stay focused on your topic that you are interested in, it's good. For me, I didn't stay focused. I, at that time, was interested to another door, then stay on my door. So that's why I I had my extension year at during my doctoral degree. So that's all that I would add.
Thank you, Ibu. Any responses? For Bapak, Ibu, or other participants who might also give responses by typing on a chat box dealing with taking the doctoral degree in different field, which is pretty much challenging and need more considerations. And maybe from Ibu Laila to Siti and Ibu Mariana, because some of you might take, some of you took Teknologi Pendidikan, which is still related to English language education, but if it's for hospitality and tourism, I still have no idea myself. Anyone like a response, or maybe responding into the any technical things that one thing that I'm really also quite interested. I'm wondering, talking about the connection and also network, all from those three presenters. How did you build the connection, and what did you do to maintain the network, and how do you use the network after graduate from a doctoral degree? Because that's what actually also missing.
Maybe for Bu Rahmi Fadila, ya. Bu Rahmi Fadila, I don't know. I just see for the regulation from Kemendikbud, it's about linearitas bidang ilmu bagi dosen. It issued in 2014, 14 ya, Ibu. I don't know, is that the newest regulation or no? So you can see in that regulation about linearitas, a lot of regulation ya Bapak Ibu ya di situ. We can see for wait a second, I would like to share ya. Buat linearization ya Bapak Ibu ya. Nah ini Bapak Ibu, linearitas dalam jabatan akademik. You can see the regulation ya Bapak Ibu ya. I don't know for Bu Rahmi Fadila. I'm not so sure that because I don't see your major, it's linear from S1, S2, and S3-nya ya Bu Rahmi ya. If I'm a mistake, you can you can add my explanation ya Bu Mariana and Bu Siti.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, this is not our field, yeah. This is
Yeah.
perhaps kepegawaian, yeah. But Ibu Rahmi, if I may I know where are you teaching now, Ibu Rahmi?
Yes.
Okay.
Mariana.
Yes. So I'm just asking your perspective if we do not in line with S1 and S2, it is not something which is very complicated. Jadi bukan pertanyaannya bukan masalah kepegawaiannya Bu. Kalau seandainya kita mengambil S1, S2 dan S3 kita itu berbeda, apakah Ibu berpikir dengan kondisi Ibu sekarang we will have such a kind of difficulties and actually pursuing our doctoral degree? Thank you, Ibu.
Oh, yes, I see, Ibu Rahmi. So I thought this is your own experience, your own difficulties. Yeah. So actually, you are asking our perspective. In my opinion, it will be better if you take your doctoral degree related to your S1 and S2, Ibu. The first thing that we have to consider, if you take very different fields of study, I think we need to work very hard to cope with that new knowledge. It is new knowledge for us, yeah. Especially in your case, yeah. For example, S1, S2 in English, and then S3 in hospitality management. It is something different. And we have also to think about what research topic that we can take in that field. Of course, we need more efforts on that, on deciding what topic of research that we can take, because we are, let's say we are familiar already with English, right? We know how to put English as a research topic, what fields that we can take in terms of English education. But in hospitality management is another story, Ibu. It's something like that. And perhaps you can also consider the future, the next step after you finish your doctoral degree, if it is different from your S1 and S2 and has no relationship at all with your previous studies, yes, you have to consider about that also. What are the consequences, and whether you can still pursuing your career and things like that, Ibu. Because I think I have friends that taking S1 and S2 in English, and then in S3 change to management pendidikan. Maybe the name of the field of study is like correspond to English education, but in fact it is not. So we have to consider about that, Ibu, I think. Thank you. Maybe Bu Siti and Bu Laila also.
Yeah, okay. So in my opinion, taking different field of study it's it's not suggested. I think it will like Bu Maria said, that it will take time to learn something new. So it is also related to the expertise atau keahlian ya. So jadi menurut saya ketika kita bisa when we take ketika kita bisa mengambil linearitas dalam ilmu kita, itu sangat dianjurkan sekali karena akan berpengaruh terhadap expertise kita atau keahlian kita nanti di bidang tersebut. So that's my opinion.
Okay. There are other questions related to, I think personally, maybe to Laila. Sorry, that's to Mariana. Any other questions? Because those questions are related, but it's really specific to certain institution that might be too specific, like what is the requirement to graduate in UM and UP. But generally, I think have been answered that for sure, if you want to graduate, you have to finish your thesis or something like this one. But maybe you can contact the presenters in person for specific requirement for in each university, if I'm not mistaken. And then for ontology, that's we can ask also Bu Mariana in person. That will be really interesting. And any other questions related, or the one that we still have some 5 more minutes, but about networking, Ibu. So how did you manage that, or how did you find the network, and how did you manage, and how do you use them after you graduate? Because I think that's one of the most important things that we need to have during and after studying.
Okay, maybe can I start networking? Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, in my case, I make it simple. So in teknologi pembelajaran, we have some alumni. What is it? Yeah, making a kind of let's say something like that community, and one of my friend invited me to join. At that time, I have to what's it? I have to look first what are the activities, and whether I can adapt with them, yeah, with the activities, and whether it can still be done during my office hours, something like that. So I joined one community after I finished my doctoral degree, yeah, and it was after I consider some of those things, and it was really positive, especially for my academic, let's say, career, and then also for my research. Yeah, so we share trends in research, for example, in terms of educational technology, and we also collaborated in research. And every month we have a kind sharing session like this, discussing specific research topic that have been conducted by one of the members, something like that. So I think that's how we keep stay connected with our community, which support our academic career. I think that is Mas Fadqur.
Thank you, Ibu. What about Ibu Kustini and Bu Laila?
Okay. Okay. For you, Bu Siti, you first, Bu Siti. Oh, okay.
Okay, silakan dulu.
Okay, matur suwun. For me personally, I develop according to what the Ministry of Education and Culture wants. Yeah, I'm trying to collaborate with the aviation industry, 2D, yeah, aviation industry and etc. For the example, airnav, air navigation, and then Angkasa Pura for collaboration in research. And beside that, we also conducted joint research with another UPT from Kemenhub, Kementerian Perhubungan, and from other universities, Ibu, like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Bu Kustini, maybe you may add some more
My
based on your
answer
own experience.
my related to connect. What is it? The connection. Yeah. So, is it? Yeah. My answer was quite similar to that of Ibu Mariana. Yeah. So, to stay in contact with the people of the same expertise of the repetition, I joined conferences, and then I participated in community in the community. And then also I research a lot. So by doing research, so we can be connected to other people. So that's my answer.
Thank you, Ibu. Thank you for all the presenters. It's really now 10:50, and then we finished it pretty much on time. If I may wrap up, the PhD journey is really individual journey that everyone has her or his own personal journey. But one thing that I can highlight is pay attention on the well-being, because that's all of the presenters highlighted that taking care of our own personal health and well-being is one of the important things, and also networking. And I believe everyone agrees that joining this community, Indonesian ESP teachers community, is already one of the best decision for both who are still studying or everyone who have finished their doctoral degree. So I think that's all that for the presenters. Thank you very much for all of the three very inspiring presenters. Thank you for Ibu Siti Kustini. Thank you for Ibu Laila Rochmawati and Ibu Mariana Ulfah. Thank you for the insights. Hopefully everyone will take away a lot of insights and inspiration. Thank you, and I will. Oh, Mbak Ika Fathin. Thank you.
All right. Yes, thanks a lot, Mr. Fadqur, for leading the discussion and delivering the main session. And thank you very much for the insightful presentation for today. Once again, let's give a big applause for our presenters today. Yeah, virtual applause. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to fulfill the attendance link of today's event in the Google form that we have shared in the chat room for the certificate. All right. And for the next session, it is the photo session. So everyone, please turn on your camera. Okay. Yes, maybe Mbak Yani, will you help me to do screenshot? All right. So we have two screens here.
Okay. I will have the
Let's-
count. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Okay. For the second screen. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Yani. All right. Yes, I hope guys you can learn something from today's session. Yes, just like the sharing session that we have had before. So we can get something, and today's something is like a self-reflection to ourselves. So just like what Mrs. Siti said before, stop comparing yourself with others. So every star shines differently. So don't compare your glow with anyone else. And like what Mrs. Laila said, to pursue doctoral degree, you have to work hard and stay motivated. And I think good time management is very important. And last but not least, I love Mrs. Laila's word that a good laugh and long sleep are the best cures. Yes, I couldn't agree more, Ibu. Okay. And before we close our session today, I would like to read some announcement for the participants now. We are very welcome you all who want to join our ESP teachers community, because we can get a lot of benefits, ideas for both teaching and learning, and also for research and relation, and got update information and news and many more. And we also remind you that the next session of our sharing session will be on June 2023. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, On behalf of Indonesian ESP teachers community, we would like to say thank you for your active participation today. Hope that this event will be beneficial for all of us here. See you all in the next round of the sharing session. I am Fathin Resti Martanti signing off. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.